welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Stand up for your country. This is our last broadcast of the year, and it will be one of our best. I am predicting right now. It's up to me to deliver on that promise, and I will. Wait and see. So remember, this is not a podcast. This is a newscast with all of the rules and regulations that apply to honest journalism. Now, I'm not diminishing podcasts at all. I'm just saying this is not that. And we present to you throughout the year information, honest information, and analysis backed up by facts that can enhance your life. Tonight, we're going to begin with the talking points memo about this unbelievably ridiculous Colorado Supreme Court decision that removes Donald Trump from the primary ballot in Colorado, which takes place on March 5th, 2024. So the Colorado Supreme Court, all leftists, all Democrats, ruled 4-3 that Trump can't be on a ballot. And here's what the court said, quote, "The sum of these parts is this. President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3. Because he is disqualified, it would be a wrongful act under the election code for the secretary to list him as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot. As our detailed recitation of the evidence shows, President Trump did not merely incite the insurrection. Even when the siege on the Capitol was fully underway, he continued to support it by repeatedly demanding the vice president refused to perform his constitutional duty and by calling senators to persuade them to stop the counting of electoral votes. These actions constituted overt, voluntary, and direct participation in the insurrection," unquote. Well, that is not a fact. That is an opinion. The court's opinion. Okay, because Donald Trump hasn't been convicted of anything, insurrection, anything else. So he is innocent until proven guilty under our Constitution. So the Colorado Supreme Court is violating his rights. No question about it. You're violating him. We think you did this. And not all of us. 3 think this is ridiculous. 3 of the judges out there. But the 4 uber leftists, no, we don't like him, we don't want him, he's not going to be on a ballot. So, read my message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com. I just go down the violations of the Constitution that the Colorado judges embraced. Now, everybody knows, even the leftists know, the U.S. Supreme Court is not going to tolerate this. It's going to be thrown out. And that means that Colorado has done the country a great service. Because not only will the Supreme Court justices rule on this Colorado action, but they're going to rule on a lot of things involving the Trump prosecution. And they got to do it fast. Okay? So Colorado is going to lose. Trump will win, and the country will win because due process has to be honored. Or am I wrong? Do you not want due process anymore? Is that? In Colorado, apparently they don't. They want 4 judges to decide whether Donald Trump committed a crime, because insurrection is a crime. 4 judges, no jury, no cross-examination, no depositions, no defense. They'll decide. Is that what you want? If you do, there are planes that go to Moscow. Okay, right out of JFK Airport in New York and Dulles in Washington. You can get on a plane, you can fly to Russia, and you can watch how that system, because that's what they do there. China didn't even bother with judges. The government just tells you, you're guilty. Okay, this is so outrageous, I can't believe it. And that's the memo. All right, now, we're going to go over some highlights of what we've done this year. And one of them happened last night that you didn't see yet. So it's on the subject of Donald Trump. I did BernardGoldberg.com podcast, Bernie Goldberg. Told him I would do it. I'm a man of my word. Always, when I say I'll do something, I do it. Always. That is the O'Reilly philosophy. So, as you know, Bernie Goldberg is no use for Donald Trump. And a lot of people who follow Bernie are in the same category. They don't like him. Fine. No problem. I don't have any problem with that at all. So, on the podcast, because Bernie does run a podcast, I was on there, just short of a half hour. And he asked me a lot of questions about the media and this and that. And at the end, he got to Donald Trump. And one of his viewers wrote a letter, and the letter said, O'Reilly's too soft on Trump. Here's how I replied. Go. I'm not hostile to Donald Trump. However, I don't apologize for anything he says. And when he says something dopey, I point it out. And I can prove it by the United States of Trump. You read that book. That's not a kiss-up book. And, I bet you your letter writer didn't read it. And I stay away from the Nazi stuff, from this and that. And let me tell you why. I've known the man for more than 3 decades. What he says changes from hour to hour.
From minute to minute.
Okay? Right. It's like a stream of consciousness. It's like a political Tourette syndrome. Whatever pops into his mind, he says. No censor. Okay? And the reason for that is he's a rich guy. And his whole life, he's been able to say whatever he wanted to say because he had all his money. And so what? You don't like it. So what he says, unless it's hurting the individual American, I ignore. What he did in 4 years as president was good for the country, in my assessment. And I can run down the list. It was good for the country. It's just his verbiage and his demeanor from day to day that upsets a lot of people. But it doesn't upset me because I think it's meaningless. All right. And then we had a lot more. BernardGoldberg.com. You can go and watch the podcast and sign up and, make Bernie happy. But the point of the matter is that I am a man who evaluates people on what they do, not necessarily what they say. If they're defamatory, gutter snipes, yeah, I'll go after you. But if you're a politician that's just throwing out slogans on either side, liberal, conservative, what do I care? It's what you do that matters. And I went on, and there was a little bit more to that discussion, and say, in my assessment, as a historian / journalist, Donald Trump governed better than Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Light years better than Biden. But I thought Trump was more effective for the folks, particularly economically, than Barack Obama. Now, you can disagree with me all day long. That's fine. I like that. But that's my opinion. Trump gives opinions all the time. And now the courts are trying to convict him on his opinions. His opinion was that the vice president could stop the electoral vote count. That's his opinion. It was wrong. I said it was wrong at the time. I praised Mike Pence for doing what he did. Trump has a right to his opinion. That's not insurrection. Okay. Biden goes to Wisconsin. I can't figure this out. I cannot figure this out. He goes all the way to Wisconsin on a taxpayer dime for 2 hours and 10 minutes to talk to the Black Chamber of Commerce in Milwaukee. For what? Why? Why are you wasting millions of taxpayer dollars going to Milwaukee to talk to the Black Chamber of Commerce? It's nothing wrong with talking to the Black Chamber of Commerce, but you do it when you swing through and do 5 or 6 other things. You fly all the way out there and all the way back for that? 2 hours and 10 minutes? As usual. Meantime, 15,000 migrants, 15,000 encountered Border Patrol yesterday. 15,000 in one day. And there's Biden up at the Chamber of Commerce in Milwaukee. Come on. It's just, if you don't know by now, and you do, Anybody watching and listening to me on the radio now, you know. I don't have to convince you about the incompetence of the Biden administration. So on the border chaos, here are the numbers. Since Joe Biden has been president, about 8 million foreign nationals have encountered Border Patrol. 8 million in less than 3 years. And that doesn't count the 2 million who just got away. Right? That's 10. And I think it's more than 2 million that got away. That's an estimate. All right? 36,000 aliens who were encountered by the Border Patrol have criminal records in their home countries. 36,000. It's incredible. 28,000 pounds of fentanyl was seized by Border Patrol under Biden. Okay, in 1 year. This year. 1 year. 28,000 pounds of fentanyl. You wonder why 150,000 Americans are dead? And where's Joe Biden? Milwaukee. Now, on January 12th, almost a year ago, here's what I said about the border. Go. So the border is not going to get any better under Biden because, as I've said, probably too much, and I apologize if I'm repetitive, President Biden doesn't care about this at all. All right, it's way too complicated for him. He's afraid of the progressive left who wants open borders. Everybody knows that. Okay, so he's not going to do anything. And when he went to El Paso, he didn't want to be there. He didn't do anything there. It's a whole charade. So Biden's got 2 more years in office. Nothing's going to get better at the border. Hello, here I am. An oracle. Now, it wasn't hard, I admit. All right, that's what I said on January 12th of this year. Your safety is important, and I am happy to introduce you to Burna, a self-defense solution that will help keep you and your family safe. Burna offers a powerful, non-lethal pistol with tear gas, pepper, irritants, and kinetic projectiles that disable attackers for 30 to 40 minutes. It's all legal in every state, and no background checks are required. And they ship directly to your door, very private. They are American-made in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and are trusted by U.S. government agencies and hundreds of police departments. If you are a gun owner, you need options. Avoid the complexities that come with taking a life and having to defend your freedom in court. And if you're adverse to firearms, Burna is a good alternative solution. So please visit Burna.com/Bill to receive a 10% discount. That's BYRNA.com/Bill. Stay safe with Burna. Okay, let's go to the mail. We've got Sharon. So the priests can bless same-sex couples, but they still can't be married in the Catholic Church. This sounds like an appeasement to the DEI people to include gays in the Catholic Church's recognition. Why not recognize them, though? You look, you're gay, you're gay. What do I care? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I stay out of all of that. But the church is trying to bring compassion to the world. So Catholic Church is not condoning homosexuality. They're not promoting it. They're just saying if a gay couple comes in and wants to get a blessing, that the priest can give them a blessing. I don't see what the downside to that is. I just don't. And, I always go back to Jesus with the woman who was going to be stoned to death for adultery. And he stood next to her and said, cast the first stone if you're without sin. Nobody could. That is a key portion of the movie Killing Jesus, based on my book. Really well done scene. I was the executive producer of the film, so I know. Killing Jesus might be a good thing to watch. You can get it, rent it for Christmas season. I think that was the best of the Killing movies. Okay, Scott Banning, Tucson, Arizona. Bill, you're not short on courage. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate that compliment, Scott. You said you think Ron DeSantis voters will flow to Trump if he drops out of the race. I disagree. I think they'll go to Nikki Haley because both served as governors and ran southern states. And the reason they're voting for DeSantis is they don't like Trump. In all of the polling, they on the Republican side, Scott, they ask, if you don't have this person, who's your second choice? And the DeSantis voters overwhelmingly say Trump. So you can disagree with me. I'm just giving you the facts because we do fact-based analysis. If DeSantis drops out after Iowa, which I believe he will get waxed there, I think Trump will benefit. Mike Johnson, Atlanta, Georgia. I do believe that if Trump ran his campaign on his accomplishments, he would win. He'd pull the majority of independent voters over. Many of the undecideds are fearful it's going to be 4 years of revenge from Trump. Okay, I absolutely understand every word of it. I don't know what Donald Trump would do if reelected. All I know is what he did when he was in there. Barbara Flaherty, Hallam, Pennsylvania. Merry Christmas, Bill. Thank you, Barbara. Another fact-filled year on the record. Wishing you and yours all the best. You and your team work very hard to present the best information. I am relieved Holly is better. Enjoy your time off. My staff works very hard. You know, they're all over the country. It used to be when I was on Fox, everybody was in New York and we'd have our meetings in place. Now we have the meetings on the phone. And they're everybody, all over the place. But the discipline is the same. They get segments, they get research, and they have to do it, and it has to be accurate. And when it's not accurate, I can be a little testy. I admit it, because I have to impose that discipline on my staff. Can't make mistakes here, because we are so much better than the network news and the cable news. We are light years better than they are. And if you think I'm bragging, okay, I'm just stating a fact. You watch an hour of the No Spin News, listen on a radio, and then you tune into any other national broadcast, and you compare information flow here to there, I rest my case. Alice, so happy Holly is doing well. I have great admiration for all the outstanding vets. Hats off to Dr. Jeff Young of Denver. Well, the doctor will be happy to hear from you, Alice. Look, it's not easy to find good doctors for people, much less animals, but they're out there. I told you, I had to go through a number of them before I got the guy that saved Holly's life. And he literally saved her life. All right, BillO'Reilly.com store, No Spin Elves, still on the payroll. Okay, still working up to Christmas. Gift cards are the best, easiest gift. We had a surge of premium members last night, hundreds and hundreds of them, because this is easy. You buy a gift card to premium or concierge membership, we get it to you instantly. You give it to whoever you want to give it to, and then the free book comes a couple of days later, Killing Witches or any of my others, your choice. Fabulous gifts. You know, if you respect people, if you know that they are good folks who want honest information, you give them a premium membership. I mean, that's a year, a whole year. A gift that keeps on giving, as the cliche goes. You know, don't give it to some people who don't care. Give it to somebody you know really wants the truth, because we'll give it to you. And next year, 2024, as I said, one of the most important years in American history. That's how big that is, that election. And so we have other stuff, but we'll do the best that we can to get it to you. BillO'Reilly.com Christmas store. Word of the day, do not be obsequious. OBSEQUIOUS. Do not be obsequious. Right to me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town. Name and town if you wish to opine. Right back with my Christmas gift to you. To our No Spin News family, if you've been with us for a while, you've surely heard about the remarkable tale of Grip 6. And if you have not, allow us to introduce a story of genuine American craftsmanship. Every Grip 6 belt, wallet, and sock is more than just a product. It's an emblem of our nation's spirit with aluminum drawn from our very soil. This holiday season, move beyond the mundane. Opt for a Grip 6 creation that stands as a testament to time, back with an unwavering lifetime guarantee. When you choose Grip 6, you're not merely gifting an item, you're passing on a legacy of American resilience and innovation. To make your holidays even brighter, Grip 6 is offering incredible deals, complete with a curated gift pack builder. Make your holiday memories last with gifts that endure for a lifetime. Dive into the Grip 6 narrative at grip6.com/bill. Okay, final thought of the day. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I got a gift. So we did a show, live show, Sid Rosenberg and myself at the Paramount Theater, Huntington. We love that place. About a 2-hour show, big hit. Everybody loved it. And we know that because we had people in the lobby afterward asking them. And the show was a New York state of mind, basically how New York was when I was growing up and how it is now. When I was an urchin, we had a gang. Not a gang like West Side Story, the Sharks and the Jets. We didn't have switchblades. But we had a guy, a hang. Guys. It was a gang, a crew. They didn't call it a crew, they called it a gang. We were harmless but annoying. Okay? And some of the people in the neighborhood did not like us very much. I told that story, and here it is. Go. So my gang were wise guys. We weren't destructive. We weren't the Sharks and the Jets, with the switchblades. We didn't do that. But we were annoying, very annoying. So we're playing stickball on Patience Lane one time. And again, to the value system there. Everybody in the neighborhood respected the right of the children to play in the street. That was part of the culture of New York. You played in the street, right? So we had a couple of Spaldings. Remember Spaldings, you guys out there? And they went about 35 cents a piece, which was big money back then. So one of the guys hits this humongous home run, and it goes on a guy's lawn. And the guy's name was Oberwagger. And no one liked him. He runs out, he takes the ball. He takes it, he runs in the house with our ball, our Spalding. You're gonna stay off my lawn. Silence. Okay. Board meeting. Over at Justin McDevitt's house. What are we gonna do? I'm a genius at this. I said, here's what we're going to do. Oberwagger has 2 little kids, 2 and 4, something like that. At 9 o'clock tonight, Dave McDevitt, who is maybe 8, is going to climb a tree outside Oberwagger's house. And he's going to tape an alarm clock to the tree. And we're going to set it for 10 o'clock. I had the alarm clock. It was the loudest alarm clock in the history of alarm clocks. So Dave, who didn't know anything, he's 8. We gave him the 3 Musketeers and said, Dave, get up that tree. Tape the thing. Which he did. So there we are. We're across the street in the bushes. 10 o'clock. Bing, 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 bing. And it doesn't stop. And then the kids start to cry. And then all the lights come on in the house. And then he runs out in his shorts. And he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where it is. It's in the tree, but he doesn't know where it is. Are we hysterical? So he calls the police. We split, So we run. I literally ran through the backs of all the houses to get to my house and go up the back stairs to bed. Well, I made it, but it was a close call. I wouldn't be here right now if my father, and he got a call. My father got a call because they knew after a while that I was behind it and my gang was behind it. But I'm up and I hear his walking up remember that? Walking up the stairs if you had a bedroom and you were a kid upstairs. Like this. I got away with it. That was one of the funniest things. So anyway, I hope you like the story. It was An Age of Innocence. That was, I would say, 1964, 63 in there, in that range. Beatles were just coming around. And I had dinner with some of my crew that I mentioned in that piece about 3 weeks ago. Everybody still keeps in touch at Levittown. And it was just, it's like when you are thinking about past Christmases, you know, you conjure up these really good, funny memories. And, you know, this is the first time I ever admitted to doing that. I think the statute of limitations has run out on waking up little kids in the middle of the night, but it actually happened. So I hope you like the story. It's my gift to you. And, you know, the whole thing, if you buy the bundle of all 13 killing books, you get the whole show downloaded to you. So I'm not doing this for a promotion. I genuinely thought you would like that story, and that's my Christmas gift to you. But if you want to see the whole thing, you can by getting the bundle. Okay, thank you very much. As usual, this is our last show of the year, and I appreciate, you know, most loyal, smartest audience in the world. That's you guys. We got millions of people now watching us on YouTube and on BillO'Reilly.com on the First. All our partners, our distribution all over the world. There are some countries who block us, by the way. I'm going to tell you about them in January. But a lot of countries don't. And now we're getting reaction from everywhere. But it's you here in the United States that's the core crew and makes us the most successful independent news agency in the world. That's who we are now. So thank you very much. I want you to have a very Merry Christmas, very Happy New Year. We will see you January 2nd. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.